Here we're looking at the dissection of a kidney. Now this kidney already is cut in the frontal or the coronal plane. What you're seeing in this view is you can see the outside edge here. This is going to be the renal cortex. The renal cortex comes all the way around the outside of the kidney. The part in the middle here is the renal medulla. Now, these structures, here's one, these are the renal pyramids. The renal pyramids, where they come into contact with the outside cortex, this is referred to as the base. So this is a base, this is a base. The tip, right down here, remember this is three-dimensional, so you can see one coming up here as well, and here's one coming up here. These tips are the renal papilla. The renal papilla is where the filtrate will exit out of the renal pyramid. When it exits out, this space right here, and if you move this out of the way, you can see that this space right here, this is going to be a minor calyx. Now, this I just moved out is latex, but it was injected to show where the filtrate in the urine would be present. So we have the minor calyx is at the tip or at this papilla. Now when we have several of these minor calyces coming together, so for example, here's one coming out, here's one coming out. When they come together, that will make a major calyx. So here's another example. We have a minor calyx, and a minor calyx. When they all come together, this is now a major calyx. Now when you have the major calyces coming together, they'll form what's called the renal pelvis. The renal pelvis is found right in the middle. It's right where you see all this yellow. So if we work on kind of pulling it out a little bit, this open space right here, this would be the renal pelvis. The renal pelvis is a collecting point for the filtrate, for the urine. From that point, from that renal pelvis, it'll then exit out through the ureter. Now this structure right here is a mixture of the ureter, the renal artery, and the renal vein. You can see a little bit of the red here for the artery, and a little bit of blue here for the vein. But all three of these are coming out at this point. Now, this point is referred to as the renal hilum or renal hilus. It's where you have your renal artery, renal vein, and your ureter all entering or exiting the kidney. Found out here in the renal cortex, you can see there are red and blue lines. Those are injections into the kidney to show the arteries the red and veins the blue. What you really can't see because they're too small at this view, you have to get more of a microscopic view here. You'll be able to see the actual nephrons. You'll see the individual blood vessels and the nephrons forming here, and they can dip down into the renal pyramids. So going to a more microscopic view will help you see the individual blood vessels as well as seeing the individual components of the nephron.